Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel, friends. It's fun to say, but we've got a new episode of Star Trek Lower Decks to watch, specifically Season 5, Episode 5, halfway through already, Starbase 80, exclamation point, question mark. Again, will we have any of our questions answered about the mysterious Starbase 80, and where the hell have Shax and Kayshawn been? We haven't seen anything from them, no hide nor hair. Don't know, friends. The only way to do it is to get into it. So if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time we go live with Lower Decks. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description, my friends. All that, though, is then, and this is now, and now it's time for Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 5, Starbase 80. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go! Woo! Let's get started. Let's get ready. Let's watch some Star Trek Lower Decks, shall we?
Oh, I'm pooped. Working on ocean planets really takes it out of you.
Sure, it was a lot of work that old Mariner would have definitely hated, but hey, that algae glowed in the dark.
Well, I love bioluminescence too. Mariner, I never took you for a seaweed girl.
A seaweed girl.
Wow, I sound like a real Boimler right now.
Yeah, cool as hell.
Dear God, they gotta do something with that beard.
Captain, we dropped out of warp due to a navigational malfunction.
There's water everywhere.
Lieutenant, what's your status?
Random coordinates. We had to drop out of warp because we're flying blind.
Computer, shut.
Dear God.
We are supposed to be at a captain's conference on Casperia Prime in 24 hours.
The only station within reach is Starbase 80.
Damn, Starbase 80!
That's the worst starbase in the quadrant!
Someone always says that. Damn, Starbase 80.
As much as I would love to never set foot on that station, we need a navigation processor. It's our only option. Mr. Boimler, Starbase 80.
Full impulse.
Are you gonna do that the whole way there?
Take a big breath and start again. All right, everybody, we're in the credits as we get ready for this episode. So the mysterious Starbase 80 gets pulled into play because we need repairs and we need a nav something or other so they can jump to this conference where Carol is hosting a scatting something or other. I love it. Star Trek Lower Decks, again, takes the everyday and turns it into an adventure, and takes the outrageous and turns it into the everyday. That is Star Trek Lower Decks. That's one of its principal commandments. Make the fantastic normal and the normal fantastic. Great shit. And I don't think they can go another season because the battle that's taking place here in the intro credits is a little too chaotic as it stands. We couldn't add anybody else in there. Crazy, crazy shit. I was singing the intro. We haven't had Shax, I don't think, speak at all. We haven't had the Doctor speak at all. And I don't think we've had Kayshawn speak at all, have we? Uh-oh. Starbase 80. It just seemed goofy, not nefarious, but we'll see.
I don't want to be on SB80 any more than you do.
SB80.
Oh, this place is cursed. I've already been here too long.
We'll be in and out as fast as possible.
Impossible.
Starbase 80's transporters aren't safe for organic use. They want us to rub down with some kind of gel.
Ha! See? The curse begins.
Is this like from Enterprise, the show?
A regular smart person spends too much time here, and somehow, through mysterious forces, they turn into a total buffoon.
That's a little unscientific.
Can science explain Q?
Probably.
Probably.
I like to lay it on thick. Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
I like to lay it on thick.
Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, how can there be an open ditch on a starbase? Well, anything's possible in hell.
Hiya, Cerritos crew!
Oh, dear God.
We're so relieved Starfleet finally sent someone to repair our flux spectrometer.
I'm afraid there's been a misunderstanding. The Cerritos was forced here due to a navigational malfunction.
Those are sort of out-of-date uniforms, too, just FYI.
As long as you don't mind an older model.
like the despair.
Ah, man, these systems are all old and weird. I was dreaming about working on something new.
Have you dreamed of being cursed?
Let's see if everybody does turn into a buffoon. Maybe there's some type of gas leak or something on Starbase 80 that they'll like discover and be like, this is why it's so bad.
None. I volunteered.
That's weird.
Then you're insane.
Welcome to engineering. Watch your step.
We have to take a whoa.
Oh, yeah, well, we're having a little trouble with the gravity plating.
The fusion reactor.
Guys on a ladder working on it. That's hilarious.
That's why it's so retro cool.
It's not.
We've actually found that the absence of replicators has livened the station's culinary scene.
Really?
SB80's got some problems with their grav plating. Can you help out? Ah, static.
Yep, this
Why was Billups moaning like a zombie?
What was up with that incoherent moaning?
Thank you, Tendi.
Wait, I thought Billups only ate hot cereals.
Well, he's been working on his pickiness. I'm proud of him.
Proud or concerned for out-of-character curse behavior?
Out of character curse behavior.
He's back on the Cerritos.
That's true.
I can't with this beard.
Ah!
No.
Howdy. You all must be from the Ritos, aren't you?
The Ritos?
Oh, hell, I don't have the tools to reroute their microcircuits. Don't worry. You get used to it.
I don't have the tools.
We're looking for the chief engineer. He has a navigation processor for us.
Oh, hell, that's Jakubowski. Great guy. Hell of a throwing arm.
Okay.
Up on 33, he'll get you that nav thingy you want.
Whoa, we just came down from 33.
Y'all have fun.
Why is everyone wearing an old uniform, like an Enterprise era uniform? Somehow this thing's like stuck back in time. Triple X, interesting.
Wow, that's a lot of growling and glaring.
This doesn't look like Starfleet.
Largest population of Akamarians outside Akmar 3 due to an old negotiation hiccup that surrendered half the starbase to their authority.
Yeah, this place is basically controlled by a knife gang.
Oh,
Oh, these are cozy. How did you make them without replicators?
They're the uniforms of long dead men.
Vintage.
is that like a bullet hole with the one of them? Like a scorch hole?
Everything okay, buddy?
Yeah.
Whoa, what are you doing? Stop that!
Rutherford's cursed! He's got the 80!
There's gotta be a rational, scientific explanation.
Then Tendi figure it out because no one else is going to. All right, there's Kayshawn. There's something going on. There's something like in the environmental systems that's causing this.
Computer, arcade.
Maintenance labyrinth.
I said arcade.
Maintenance labyrinth.
Should I call the Cerritos for help?
No, this place got the better of my alternate universe self. It won't do the same to me.
We don't know what your this could be a paradise for your alternate self.
Weird. They've all got the Starbase 80 curse.
Well, we've seen zombie outbreaks before, episode 1.
Dr. Ta'ana?
Oh, there she is.
While your crew's affected, none of us locals are.
Yeah, because you're already cursed.
Could it be the food that they're eating? Non-replicated food? Is keeping them safe, I should say. Dude.
We need to find your engineer. I feel like we've been just wandering around the station fixing things.
Well, since you mentioned it,
I mean, what is up with this place?
I'm not letting this place win.
you're welcome.
Haha, my glutes! You feel that, Cap? The power of stairs!
Stairs on a starbase.
Hendy, Rutherford keeps trying to lick the walls. Can you help, please?
No, she cannot.
Ensigns Mackler and Gorm, I need your help at my location now.
Why are their communicators shorting out too?
Station Dr. Harrison Horsebury, we must get these officers to sickbay. Post haste! Pip pip!
Okay. Pip pip. All right.
Oh my god, you're right! It is a curse!
All right, this. I'm calling for evac.
Yep.
You'll get it too! Hey! I knew you were up to something.
What is going on? Wow, she's good.
I'm Elorian. I think I know how to fight.
Wait, like Guinan? What, so you're like 400 years old?
No, I'm in my 30s, but I pay attention.
But I pay attention.
Have you noticed your crew only starts acting weird after using their comm badges? So, what if that's why your crew's affected and ours isn't?
That means Boimler's gonna go down.
Oh my god, you were right.
Take this time to shave him.
Sorry, Boims.
Roundhouse kick.
You lost, Starfleet?
We don't get a lot of your kind around here.
Unless they're going to the arcade.
Well, that's where we're going.
Oh, right over there.
Here's some extra tokens on the house.
Thanks, buddy. Maybe work on the intro.
Well, if you help me clear out the bats in subsection 5, I'll get you your navigation processor.
Yeah, Gene.
The Cerritos isn't the flashiest ship, so it's easy for Command to ignore. You know what? I haven't been exactly fair to you today. Let's get those bats.
Well, we probably want to work on the zombie stuff first.
Getting kicked off my ship and being transferred here, that was my rock bottom. Being back made me feel like I was still that person.
Hey, this isn't rock bottom for anyone. Starbase 80's for second chances. That's why I love it.
What?
Really?
I'm kind of into Starbase 80.
We're not perfect, but that's why it works.
Damn. Okay, so it's not a curse. Something is piggybacking on our combat signal.
Yeah. Well, Jet, you still have your hands, so that's good.
Then your comm logs could tell us how this started.
Yeah, they're back on the ship, which will be full of cursed crew. How are we gonna get through that?
With the help of two of my biggest weirdos.
Who would those be?
We need to get to the bridge. Let's...
The doctor and the hot dog vendor?
Activated.
What?
Self-destruct sequence. Self-destruct.
Okay. First off, Billups couldn't do it, could he? It has to be command crew that... Livik!
There's no way through. We have to go back.
Looks like this is a job for Chad. Corn dogs, hey!
He's like Wolverine, only with corn dogs.
I isolated the source of the comm badge signal. Where is this?
What? No way.
Really?
Get down!
Is it because of the shock that they were getting?
Has he been off the ship lately?
He was on an away mission on Piscus 9.
I'm reading an anaphasic consciousness controlling his body.
Ah.
So everyone is licking and touching the walls because they're like his fingertips, reaching out in the dark.
Finger and tongue tips, yeah.
Can you reverse the effects, Doctor?
Finger and tongue tips?
I spent all day thinking you guys were idiots. Now it's my turn to be the biggest idiot of all.
Here we go. Come on, Mariner.
What are you doing? Giving you a second chance.
Yeah, but it's gonna take her.
Stop! Doctor's orders!
He'll be immune to it, watch.
But some problems need an old-fashioned booking!
Oh,
Where am I?
that bucket stopped the signal. Amazing. He made it.
Lives to dog another day.
Nice. Dog another day.
The anaphasic entity contained. Dr. Horseberry was able to set up a stable vessel for it to...
Horseberry? I didn't know that.
Why did you possess anyone in the first place?
To prove to my superiors that I'm capable of communicating with corporeal species.
Nice.
I took over too many hosts, spread myself too thin.
But now we're communicating, so it's a win for everyone.
I hope my bosses see it that way.
I hope my bosses see it that way.
It's been a pleasure having you on Starbase 80.
Oh, we aren't done yet.
We aren't?
Let's go. Yeah, let's get this place fired up.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we forgot about those.
You were just watching out for your friends. And hopefully, now you see we're just a bunch of scrappy underdogs. Arf, arf.
Okay.
You don't have anything more to prove, Captain. Let's get out of here.
No, the alternate Freeman must have failed at this, and I won't. There's still the big one.
The big one.
Oh, giant bat is keeping me on this goddamn station.
Oh, their giant fucking bat. Oh my god, fantastic. That is my favorite ending. All right, everybody, we just got done watching Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 5, Starbase 80, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just got done watching the 5th episode of the 5th season of Star Trek Lower Decks entitled Starbase 80. I thought this one was really good. This was a really cool little, walk around the horn, a Mariner specific one, again, struggling with her. You can see what they're doing as far as like narrative, I don't want to call them narrative conclusions, but we're really doing that. And this one was Mariner's. This was Mariner being faced with probably her, like she said, I was at rock bottom when I was sent to Starbase 80. So she has to revisit that literally and figuratively has to revisit that mindset, revisit the physical location, and be reminded this is where you were when you left Starfleet, when it was looking like it was the end for her as far as her career in Starfleet. She had lost all her friends, she had lost all the support, she had lost any type of, faith anybody had in her. And so I love the idea that she has to, I mean, don't love it for the character, I love it for us to experience how she now gets out of it. But I like her having to go through this and kind of reaffirm that she is the Mariner of today and not the Mariner of yesterday. And that's a great way to, for anybody, to be faced with, if you have a traumatic problem, or, you've had hangups in your life, or you've had stumbling blocks or speed bumps, or, you just haven't gotten past the specific thing, to be faced with a similar situation and then succeed and then achieve what you failed to do beforehand is it's a great bit of kind of like everything comes around, you know what I mean? And a lot of people don't have that chance, a second chance to kind of combat and battle and be victorious over these moments in life. And I like her being able to have that chance to go back and prove once and for all to her that she is on the right path, that she can be happy with herself. She doesn't have to think that the floor is going to fall out from underneath her, or that she's going to go back to being the old Mariner. She now knows that she is who she is, and there's no subterfuge, there's no smoke and mirrors. She is Beckett Mariner of today. And that was really, really cool, because it gives us the ability now to look at Beckett and say, you're past those problems. You're past those. And again, you can argue that they were not problems. They were ways for her to kind of defend herself against, the memories of the past, and the idea that, she could potentially be in the same situation where, she could lose people and things like that. And so seeing her now accept her current state and liking things like glowing algae and bioluminescence and stuff like that, it moves her into a different category of character for us. She's no longer searching. She has found, and now it's time to develop. And so that's a whole different kind of it's a whole different definition, obviously, for Mariner, but it's a whole different mindset that the audience now has to take with her. We were told in this episode, don't worry about her. She's not going back to the way she was before. Trust us. Don't trust us? We're going to give you a whole episode to show that she's not going back to the person she was before. And that's great. And it really was kind of and again, her mom went through the same thing. Carol went through the same thing in this moment that was been faced to her, that she wasn't going to fail as she believes her doppelganger from the parallel dimension failed, being being put in charge of Starbase 80 or Starbase 80. And then, but having Carol there and having Carol succeed where she believes, she doesn't know the whole story, where she believes her counterpart failed, then that in and of itself is a measure of, I'm better than what I at least think my counterpart is. I came out of this the correct way. Not that I just tried to reinforce my own kind of will on the situation, but then she stopped and she did all of the things. She got the bats out. She fixed the O2. They realized what had been going on, and that it wasn't so much a testament or a challenge for herself to get through. It was a challenge for the entire Cerritos, really, to accept Starbase 80, to understand what Starbase 80 was, that it's not this myth and legend and curse and things like that. It's just a place that time and apparently the Federation and Starfleet forgot. But that's a great premise. The only thing that I think that is missing for me in some of these episodes, and this was a good episode, but again, it seems like the episodes are very, very character specific. Like we're getting our Tendi close-off episode. We're getting this Mariner revisitation episode. But what it in so doing is they're focusing all of their narrative onto Mariner. In this example for this episode, it was Mariner. Mariner gets everything, gets the bulk of the A plot, gets everything. And that the only thing that everybody else, the rest of our lower deckers, again, no T'Lyn in this episode, the rest of our lower deckers, including Boimler, Rutherford, and Tendi, fall way back into the back. And the only thing that they really do in episodes like this, whether it be Mariner or whether it be Tendi or whatnot, like, their job is to reinforce the A plot for whoever is the designated lower decker that's getting the A plot in this episode. There's no trying to like have them have their own moment of triumph or their own moment of like character development. It's all kind of, they're pushing their chips all in for whoever they designate as that character of the week. And that's fine. It's just that for me, when I see this, every time I see one of these episodes, and it seems like it's every episode now, every episode is like, don't worry, this part of the story's over. You don't have to worry about Beckett anymore. That part's over. You know, we're done with that. We've tied it off. You don't have to worry. And again, it's not that I want to worry about Beckett like kind of falling back onto her old habits, but in seeing this like this, it's like, oh, we're getting towards the end. And they're telling us we're getting towards the end, everybody. All of those things that we needed to address, we're working through them to the point where at the end, presumably, we'll be done and we'll be able to push back from the table and, tip our caps to the lower deck crew and be like, you guys will be all right. We're not leaving you in a lurch. We're not leaving you with goals and dreams and problems that have not been answered or rectified. We're going to take care of all that. And we're going to leave you with a clear plate and a balanced scale so you can continue your journey even though we can't continue with you. And I think that's kind of sad. And when I watch it, I try not to do it. I try not to be like, oh, this is the 5th episode of the 5th season, which is halfway through. I try to think, oh, we're brand new episodes, brand new what? But then the creative team is like, it is a brand new episode where we finish an old problem and that we don't have to look for anymore. And narratively speaking, it's everything you said is we're dotting our I's and crossing our T's and putting periods at the end of the sentences or question marks and exclamation points. So it's, I know it's very bittersweet for me. It's very bittersweet. I really like the way that they're doing that. I love it and I don't like it at the same time. I love it because it's a great character device to kind of reaffirm for us as the audience that we're right. She has moved past it, like in this instance for Beckett. But then again, like I just said, it's so obvious that they're doing this for a reason. So we had no advancement of the temporal anomaly rift in space thing. I don't think we even had any mentions of it in this one, which was interesting. Other than, I wonder if something at the water world or whatever it was where they were before, if that has anything to do with it. Normally they like to throw in something per episode that can go forward for the seasonal plot. So you're like, oh, they did address it. Well, I just didn't know that. So I don't know, but I didn't really see anything other than Starbase 80 in and of itself. Maybe Starbase 80 comes to their rescue at the end or, helps them with a problem. Who knows? But, it's a great show and it's a nice little, bite-sized bit of Star Trek, another great Star Trek problem, humor added in and whatnot. But, again, it's so tough to get away from the winding down feeling that is really the prevalent theme in this season. They're folding the clothes and they're putting them away. And I know I sound like a downer this week, friends, and I don't mean to at all. I'm very, very happy with the season so far. It's just that, let's look at it like this. I think that maybe they're trying to get all this out of the way so they can go out with a bang. And I know this team, and I know that they had time to rework the last couple episodes, according to what they said. And so they were able to rework it to a place where it was a good leave-off point. And we know that their season finales are humdingers. So if they had a chance to, even tweak a little bit the last couple episodes to make it more of a series finale, I think we're in for it. And I think they're doing a great job in being able to not leave us hanging. And so they have free reign to say, all right, here's everything. Let's go. Let's end this sumbitch in the best possible way. But we'll just have to wait and see, friends. The only thing that my concern now is this is the 2nd episode in a row without T'Lyn. And I mean, T'Lyn is baller. And again, I just think that as much as I've liked the last 2 episodes, I think they're the weaker without having T'Lyn. Again, I feel like I'm piling on this episode and I don't mean to do that at all. I really enjoyed it. But what do you all think? I mean, where's T'Lyn, right? We need that snark, that Vulcan savage, understated, perfectly executed Vulcan snark from our beloved T'Lyn. But friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you whenever we go live with Season 5. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description, my friends. But all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to say goodbye. So, where should we say goodbye from? Oh, friends, this is an easy one. We say goodbye from two different places because we can eat and talk and walk at the same time. We are on Starbase 80 because, of course, we are lower deckers on the board the USS Cerritos as well. And after we've done what we did our damnedest to get this place up and running, and we've done quite a bit to help repair it. So, we've rewarded ourselves with a corn dog and a trip to the arcade. My friends, until we continue the back half of season 5 of Star Trek Lower Decks, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.